welcome everybody. Now we have audio. This is my producer. He just started yesterday.
Shut your face. Nobody asked your opinion.
His name is Goose. If you want to file a complaint, it's the regular spelling.
It's Goose at the RVshow.com.
The RVshowUSA.com.
No, it's
anyway,
at the RVshow.com, so that way we don't get it.
That way it just goes into somewhere. All right, but anyway, welcome to the show. We do a 2-hour Facebook Live every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time. It's about the RV lifestyle. We talk to people all over the country, and we are very glad that you're with us. This is Goose. This is my wife, Lisa, and we've got a pretty good show for you tonight. In hour number 2, we are going to let you hear Santa Claus.
Uh-oh.
The real Santa Claus.
Wonderful.
He is wonderful. You got to speak in here, baby. Okay.
He is wonderful.
Me?
Talking about Santa?
No, Santa
Because there's no way you're talking about them.
No. Santa Claus.
So anyway, we're going to talk about Santa Claus and actually have Santa Claus on the show, and you're going to learn some things about him, probably about me, that you did not know. We've got a guest named Tom Johnson with JG Lubricants. Now, Tom is a really smart guy, but I had no idea until this week that Tom is also a poet.
What?
A good one.
A really good one.
He's a very good one.
He's a poet, so I'm going to read one of his poems. What? Goose is going to yell at you for not talking into the microphone.
Did.
All right, so here's the deal. We go live at exactly 6 minutes after the hour. Right now it's 3 minutes and 20 seconds after the hour. So a little bit over 2.5 minutes, we go live. This show, we do live on Wednesday nights, and then Goose edits it, hopefully if he remembers to run the audio. He edits it, and then it syndicates out. I had to say it.
No, you didn't.
It gets syndicated to radio stations nationwide, and this show that we do tonight will run on Saturday and Sunday from Portland to Orlando and California and all over the place. So we appreciate y'all being with us. If you would like to say Merry Christmas or have us say Merry Christmas to somebody, right,
yes,
honey?
Yes. Let
Tell
us
them
know.
tell them what they need to do.
And just put their name down, and we will wish them Merry Christmas from you on the air.
Yes.
Okay, so to put that a little bit more succinctly.
Are we feeding right now?
Yes, we're feeding right now.
I don't even
So
see
if you
it.
would like to, hang on, let me do this a better way. If you would like to give somebody a Christmas shout out, here's what you need to do. You need to put their name right here in the comments section, right here in the feed, and we will wish them a Merry Christmas on the air from you, for you, from us.
There you go. Hey, Sam Stein. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, Sam Stein.
No, what were you
I
holding
love
up?
that RV
Sam,
lifestyle.
You were holding up something. What were you holding up in the 12 days of Christmas? I forget. All I can remember is the elf sitting down
Could it
at
have
the
been a
bottom
Stein of
left
some
part.
sort?
No, it wasn't a Stein. Boyd the elf. He looked like he was really jamming, getting into that song. All right. So, hi, Kelly Wynn.
Hi, Kelly Wynn.
Did you get your gift as our winner last week, Kelly? Did you receive it yet from RV Nana? If not, you should get it any day now. All right, we have 1 minute till showtime. If you've not yet subscribed to our newsletter, take a minute to do so. The website is thervshowusa.com. Also, let's see.
Hello, how are you doing?
That's the RV Chickadee right there, boys and girls.
Yeah, see, you're watching us too. Yay.
Is she on?
Awesome. So we're about 45 seconds from the show start. We're going to do a quick intro, then we're going to have you on. We got you for
Most of the hour.
Awesome. So put you on refill. We'll be with you in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Put it on.
Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay, I'll wait till somebody says yes or
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Okay.
I was hoping she'd go no.
Oh, I guess I got to take these
I was
off.
hoping she'd
Yes.
say no, but that didn't work.
She's the one that bought it for me.
Hold on. Does it fit right?
Not really.
Oh, it's so cute.
Do I look cute?
She went to the island of misfit
Yeah.
hats. All right, 10 seconds.
All right.
All right, 5 seconds, dropping audio now.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today. Come on, America, let's hit the road. So many things to see, so many places to go. Freedom and fun go hand in hand when you're rolling in your RV across this great land. So buckle up now. What do you say? The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
It's time for the RV Show USA with Alan Warren, the RV guy, and America's only radio show about the RV lifestyle. If you enjoy travel, fun, and adventure, well, welcome aboard, everybody.
The RV Show USA. Start living the
Man, we are going to have some fun today, folks. Yes, we will, as the RV Show USA steams along towards the end of the year. You know, it just wouldn't be right without celebrating Christmas here on the show, and that is exactly what we're going to be doing a lot of, especially in hour two. So welcome again, everybody. I'm your host, Alan Warren, the RV guy, and very happy to be joined today by my wife, who's making the studio look a whole lot better and attractive.
You're too sweet.
Then there's Goose over here, stage right. What can I say? I'm not going to say very much. All right, anyhow, welcome aboard, everybody. Here's the plan for the next 2 hours. In hour number 2, you'll hear something here on this show that you will likely not hear anywhere else, and that is a telephone call between me and Santa Claus. Now, not some shopping mall Santa either, but the real deal, the real Santa. You're going to learn some things about me and about Santa that you probably didn't know. We will have a Christmas poem for you that I actually found it on Facebook. It was really nice, and it was actually written by a man who has been on the show before, and I would have never thought that he had that kind of talent, but he does. So, plus at the top of the hour, we're going to announce another winner in our Countdown to Christmas giveaway. So, yeah, hour number 2 is going to be a lot of fun, but so is hour number 1, right, RV Chickadee?
You know it, Alan.
And Merry Christmas, Kelly.
Hey, Merry Christmas to you. I'm jealous you get to talk to Santa.
Well, you got to hang, you know, after we get through, you and I are going to be here for most of the hour. Next hour, Santa's going to be on, and I promise you, you'll learn some things that you did not know before. So what has Kelly Beasley, the RV Chickadee, been up to?
Oh, my goodness. Well, haven't been doing a whole lot of RVing recently. You know, medical issues, those have come into play. And so I've kind of been sitting around Los Angeles, and, you know, I'm actually really enjoying the city.
Are you? Not too many people. For a lady that likes to boondock and be left alone up in the mountains, you're saying you like L.A. What's happened to you?
You know, it's like a balance. I think a balance is good. It's not like I always want to be out in the wilderness. I definitely long for some society when I'm out there, so I do that. I go into town, I hang out, you know. So, you know, I like it. I like both of them. There's just so much to do here. Anybody who's bored in this town, I don't understand how you can be bored. There's no way.
I imagine.
Something's wrong with you.
So Kelly, tell our listeners a little bit of background on you, because I know we've got a lot of ground to cover, and I'd like to set the context here at the beginning of the hour.
All right. So if you don't know me, I'm Kelly Beasley, or RV Chickadee. That's my blog. I started full-time RVing when I found myself single with a house that was too big for me. I'd done everything. I'd been married. I'd had the boyfriend. I'd had the dog, had the yard. Just have done that before, and was feeling very stagnant. So I just became single, and it was the perfect timing. I just said, what the heck, what's holding me back? I had a portable job, and I went for it. Within 6 months of the idea, I was on the road. So I rented my place out. I had a job that was mobile. All I needed was an internet connection. So I did that for about the first year. Then the job, long story, kind of went away. Definitely got tired of it. And I met another traveling solo nomad named Marshall. Mm-hmm. We started traveling together, and after a while, after talking about things, we were very not happy with our job, so we just said, why don't we do something ourselves? So we started a website, and we did that for 8 months. Didn't work out so well.
I do want to get into, I want to talk a lot about your website because I find it fascinating.
Oh, yeah. No,
but before that, you are a Florida girl, is that right?
Yes. I was from the Florida Panhandle. Had been there pretty much my whole life.
Why would you leave Florida, Kelly? It's such a beautiful place. Seriously. I mean, I know that you said you'd been through a lot of changes and things, but what caused you to be bit by the RV bug?
Well, it doesn't hurt that my mom had been doing it for 18 years. She sold her house and bought an RV, and she lived in it for 18 years. But Florida, I'll never live there again. I know it's some people's favorite place, but for me, I got tired of the humidity, the heat, the ants, the roaches, the no seasons, the no mountains, the
mosquitoes.
All that. It was just, the mosquitoes, everything. Ugh. And then I came out west, and I am blown away by how much I love it. fantastic out here. So, yeah, I'll never live there again.
Okay, so you're a single female who has your RV. What was the learning curve like for you when you started? Because you haven't been RVing all that long. And what was it like? And where did you go to for advice?
I took it slow at first. I think I was either lucky or I was inhibited because I stayed at a friend's ranch for the first 8 months. And I was plugged in. I had water. I had everything you'd have in a campground. So I didn't have to learn a whole lot. Then I headed down south, and that's when I started meeting people in Arizona at the big Quartzsite gathering in Quartzsite, Arizona. Met people there, and just through those people, started learning a lot. People are so informative in the RV world. It's great.
I think that you can learn a lot. I'm going to veer off of the RV thing for just a second, but I think you can learn a lot about people by looking at the things they post on Facebook. And I read something about a bird and I that you found recently. Can you tell that story real quickly? Because it's just a simple little story, but I think it illustrates about your heart and what kind of a human being you are, Kelly.
Well, that's funny. I guess I am RV chickadee. So
yeah.
I have a very soft spot for animals. I always have. And being here in town, I was walking along, and my mom was with me, and all of a sudden she just looked down, and there was this pigeon on the ground that it was clearly not doing well. Something was wrong with it. And, I immediately I couldn't leave it, immediately stopped and picked it up, looked for injury, just there's nothing you can do at that point. It was just, I felt so helpless. It was horrible. And I held it for about a minute, and it died in my arms.
Oh, golly.
Sad.
And the way you wrote about it, I mean, a lot of people, it's just a little bird. And it is just a little bird. But it's, like I said, I think you can tell a lot about somebody by the things they post.
It's a little life. And
my wife Lisa's sitting next to me. She's saying that anybody that has chihuahuas has got to be a real good person.
And she has a real tiny one. She says it's only 2 pounds.
That pigeon was bigger than my dog.
Oh, my goodness. What is
I'm not kidding.
What's your puppy's name?
That's Gizmo.
Oh, Gizmo.
Trixie
and then the other
Gizmo.
one's Trixie.
There you go. All right,
Gizmo steals Trixie's thunder.
Now, one of the things I also gathered from your writings, and we're going to get into Camp Addict and all kinds of other stuff this hour, Kelly, but was that you made a comment about your attitude began to change when you stopped watching TV news and stopped watching all this stuff that can pull you down. Talk to us about that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know this is blindsiding you. It's not really anything to do with RVing, but I think it illustrates what RVers do. If they unplug, they can get pretty positive with their life.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, especially because, I'm off the grid. I don't have 12-volt TVs, so I don't have TV. I don't even have antenna TV. So I choose what I watch. I'm not inundated with commercials. I'm not inundated with consumerism. And it's fantastic. And I think part of the positivity is running into so many great people out there and coming to realize and connecting with people more. You come to realize that most people are good at heart. You watch the news and you see all this, everything negative, everything bad, every possible terrible scenario they can come up with. That's what they put on the news. And I'm just not buying it anymore. I didn't before, but I don't see it now. And I just think that's the less negativity you put into yourself, the less negativity you have or that you're going to put out.
I love that. One of the things I noticed about RVers is that it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican. A lot of that never comes up. We're all human beings, and we tend to get along pretty well when we're out in the field.
That's right.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, listen.
I don't think I've talked about politics to one RVer. It's just it's kind of pointless.
It is pointless.
Not a part of our lives.
All right, listen, we got you scheduled for the whole hour, so there is no rush in getting everything. You can hang on with us, right?
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Can't wait.
All right, we're up to a break. All right, folks, if you'd like to speak to the RV Chickadee, you can call us toll-free at 1-855-296-7469, 855-296-7469. We have the RV Chickadee on with us. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff, including their new website, campaddict.com. Y'all stick around.
All right.
This old bald head is hot. I can't wear Santa's hat anymore. Sorry.
Hey,
Man.
I'm done.
Goose, you want to wear it?
No, I do not. I have
All right.
headphones to consider.
So, all right, here's the deal. We're in a commercial break. Thank you for being with us. If you've
Yes,
never
we
watched
are.
the show before, it's a 2-hour Facebook Live where during the commercial break, we've got to unplug the audio so you hear us. The audio sounds kind of crummy. But we'll be here till 9 p.m. Central Time. We've got Kelly on for most of the hour. If you would like to say Merry Christmas, if you if you like us to do a shout out to somebody you'd like to say Merry Christmas to,
Put their name in the comments
By the way,
section, and we will shout out Merry Christmas to
Jennifer
them.
wants to say Merry Christmas to Kelly and Marshall.
okay? Well, hold on to that because what we're going to do, post it right down here,
Yeah.
and in our last segment, all right, the last segment of this hour,
Uh-huh.
we'll get to all
Well-
those people.
But she's talking about that Kelly.
Oh, I think somebody's calling right now. I see the lines are blinking.
Yeah, that was, they hung up.
Okay, they'll call back. All right, how we doing? How you liking the RV chickadee? She good, huh?
She's great. Especially, I want to see her
There we go.
chihuahuas.
She got pictures
Thank
of
you for
them,
calling the
baby.
I wanna
RV show.
see
You
him.
think this is Goose?
All right, what have we got up here? Help
Hey
us
Marshall,
out.
hang on one second here. I'll put you on hold. We'll be with you here when we come back from the break, okay?
And y'all check out the pinned comment up here. And Goose, tell them about sharing and whatever you had
Yeah.
the spiel down last week. It was really good.
Okay, so sharing is caring, first of all. If you're on a mobile device like this little guy right here, you've got a couple of things you can do. You can share, right? Press the little share button. You've got your friends or public, whatever your settings are. You've got copy the link so you can copy it around and paste it. And then you can share to group. And so you press that little group button right there. And all the groups that you're a part of, you can just hit the little blue share button and it goes right to that group. Yes, indeed, right to that group. And that way you can share us with your friends, your family, your neighbors, whomever, and the groups that you're a part of.
Yeah, and
just a
help
couple
us-
of clicks is all it takes.
And you will help us spread the word about the show. You know, a lot of people have never heard of the RV Show USA. We've been
What?
around for about a year, and we need help in spreading the word. We're syndicated across the country. A lot of people don't listen to traditional radio anymore. They listen to podcasts. They're on Facebook, so they're members of group pages. If you're a member of a group, share this broadcast. Do not get into trouble. Don't get ditched from the group. But
No.
share this into the group and invite people to listen, because most people kind of, like I said, they kind of like it.
Yeah.
Most of the time, when we have audio.
Shut your face. I'll make sure you don't have audio when you come back if you want.
All
I'm
right.
warm now.
You're warm?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're wearing your camp casual. We're,
Yes,
we're going to
I
be
am.
giving that away at the top of the hour. All right,
This
we
is
have.
the most comfortable.
Which means
soft.
you're going to have to do the whole second hour without it, by the way, because it's
No.
going out in the mail
I'm gonna
right when the
borrow it
second hour
until then.
starts.
All right.
Yes, I'm borrowing it until then.
If you've not yet subscribed to our newsletter, please take a minute and do so. We've got this is our last our giveaway, our gear giveaway before Christmas. Then we're going to be starting a new giveaway.
What?
And if you subscribe to our newsletter, you're automatically entered into our giveaway every single week. We also we don't sell your information to
Nope,
anybody. If
not
you
one
want to
bit.
jump, bail out of the group, no big deal. You can do it
Shame
at
on
any
you.
time. So
Shame.
go to thervshowusa.com.
Oh, Jennifer mentioned that she loves this blanket. This blanket is by Camp Casual. They make the most amazing products. Anybody that loves anything to do with the outdoors or camping or RVing, you can find something special, either a gift for yourself or a gift for someone else. But this is so soft, and
And we're going to
Alright.
be giving this away.
Yes.
No, this,
Yep.
this mic doesn't work right now.
Oh,
It's that mic. So
okay,
we're
hi,
gonna,
Mike.
Well, 5 seconds. Here we go.
all right.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
All right, so we are back with Kelly Beasley, a.k.a. the RV Chickadee, on this last show before Christmas. Hope everybody is in the holiday spirit. All right, Kelly, we learned some of your backstory and how you became a roaming RV nomad. How do you think you've changed since becoming a full-time RV nomad?
Okay, I'll admit something. I wasn't very happy, I don't think, in my former life. I did struggle with depression on and off. I think the biggest change that I've noticed is that I haven't been depressed a day on the road in over 2.5 years.
That's awesome. Why do you think that is? I mean, not trying to get analyzed, but seriously, I mean, it's. I just wonder why that is. Is it the people you meet? Is it seeing new scenery? What is it?
I think it's all of the above. I think part of it is just not being stagnant. I kind of feel like as a species, we're not meant to live the way we do in society. You know, we get a house and live there for years and years and years in one place. You go to the same grocery store, same gas station, same job, same route every day, and it just dulls your mind. And you can't be that way when you're full-time boondocking and changing locations once every 2 weeks or so. I just think it feeds the brain, and you know how you feel when you travel. You just get your brain is more open. You're more aware, I think.
I totally get it.
Being in the present. I'm very much in the present, and it's just changed my life.
All right, hang on. We've got a voice on our guest line. I think you're going to recognize. It's Marshall Wendler. Hey, Marshall, how you doing?
Hey, Alan, pretty good. And yourself?
Well, doing great. Thanks for calling in. I was just going to get into campaddict.com, so say hi to Kelly.
Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Marshall, what's up?
All right, so you guys tell us about your website that y'all are working on, campaddict.com. What's it about? What inspired it? And give us the pitch.
Oh, man. I think I'll start off there. Marshall, jump in any time.
Sure.
I think it was born out of a bit of frustration. I noticed that when I would go online and try to find information about products or how to use a product, there was great information out there, but where did you go? It was scattered. It's all over the place. You can find, a full-time RVer who has reviewed something here or there. They talk about their travels, or it's all over the place. There's kind of different places to find it, but nothing seemed to be complete. Where you would go and everything about the product was there, and the reviews were there, and you didn't have to go anywhere else. And that is how it was born, just out of that frustration of, man, where do I go to find this stuff out?
But how did you do the technical part of it? I guess, Marshall, is that where you came in?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we both definitely have our strengths. So my first career a couple of decades ago was actually a aircraft mechanic, helicopter mechanic specifically.
Wow.
So I've got a mechanical/technical background, so this stuff kind of comes easy to me. And so I handle the technical aspects both on the website itself and the products. And Kelly is, the personality, because I have absolutely none. So, she does that for us. And but yeah, we make a great team.
So how did your travels, do you think, and in terms of the things and experiences that y'all have had, because I know that I've read that you're a full-time RVer and you've been places, and Kelly, you've been places. How did that lead to this point? I guess, Kelly, you said that there was not one single place that had everything. Were there any personal experiences that either one of y'all had that said that this is the trigger? We're doing this.
Well, originally, that was our first idea.
Go ahead,
when we thought about doing a website, we considered doing an RVing type of website, but Marshall is the one who does that kind of research. And originally he said, this just isn't going to work out for us. So we went on another venture. We did that for 8 months, and we came back around and said, and looked at the camping thing again and decided it would work. And it was really necessary. It was very needed. And we had caravan together for a long time. We had never talked about doing it. We just fell into it, and it just worked. And through that, we just decided we made a really good team. Mm-hmm. And so that's how the company was born. It was just, hey, we make a really good team. Do you want to start a website? Do you want to do this together? And we were like, okay, yeah, let's go for it. And we did.
So you talk about different products. How do you select those products, Marshall, that you guys feature and talk about, on the website?
So starting out, we had an idea that, we've got to have sort of a base of commodity RV products, if you will, something that everyone needs as an RVer. Mm-hmm. And, and obviously being full-time RVers, we have experience with the product category. So that was easy, right? You start out with the base of products, and then just, we look to see what people want, what the marketplace is asking for, what people are searching for. And, we use most of these products, or at least most of these categories of products, And so we've got experience that way, and it just, sort of snowballs. We have got a really long list of products that we want to get on the website, and we're working down that list.
Gotcha. Well, I've got a question that came in from a caller. Do you want to put him on the air? All right. Kelly, we've got Johnny's on line 3. Johnny, you're on with the RV Chickadee. Go ahead. We only have about a minute or so go ahead.
Hi, Johnny.
Okay. Hey there, RV Chickadee. Now that you live the nomadic life, how does a RV Chickadee manage the dating scene? Do you find one at every BLM?
I don't know if we want to answer that.
To Marshall as well.
It's a very good question, and you know what? It's not an environment that bodes itself well to dating.
No.
It's not a huge priority right now, but if I occasionally do meet other full-time solos out there, but you don't always, connect because, again, you're picking from like a 1% or less of the population.
Yeah. So anyway, Johnny, hope that helps. I got to move along. I have another question that another John wants to know. How do y'all make money while you're boondocking? When you're on the road, especially if you're dry camping or boondocking.
How do we make money?
Yeah.
The
You there?
Previously it was from our
Who did we lose? I think we lost Marshall.
Uh-oh.
We lost John. Okay, we got too many lines going here. All right, go ahead, Kelly.
Previously had jobs that we could do. We just make sure we're where we have service. We have to have cell service. So we made money from those jobs prior. Then we both quit our jobs full time and lived off of savings. And now we are making some money from Camp Addict.
That's awesome. All right, so what are you finding in terms of interest from 30-somethings, 40-somethings? Are there a lot of single people out there that are interested in the RV lifestyle?
Absolutely. Again, probably also because we boondock, we don't run into too many of them. But I do have a group of friends. I probably have a handful, 10 different people or so that I know who are single, probably more. And Marshall, you know some too.
Yeah,
I guess Marshall's
absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely singles out there doing RV lifestyle.
All right, listen, guys, we got to jump. Marshall, I'm sorry. It sounds like you've got maybe a bad connection. You may want to hang up and call in. You got a little bit of break up there. Anyway, guys, we're visiting with the RV Chickadee, Kelly Beasley, and her partner, Marshall Windler, about campaddict.com, a really cool website I'd like you to check out. We'll be back right after this quick break. Well, the big chief's gone crazy at Lake Buchanan with this great deal for rain. I know you got phones ringing.
Yeah, by myself here.
All right, so welcome. If you're brand new, you've never seen this before, we're a little bit smoother than this normally, I think.
Hi, is this Jennifer?
But we got a lot of people calling
Hey,
in.
Marshall. Okay, cool. Hang on 1 second, Marshall.
Yeah, I think Marshall was. It sounded like he was breaking up.
Yeah,
didn't
he was breaking
like
up. He had some static.
Digital, whatever.
But there's a couple shout-outs. There's
Thank you.
Well, maybe
Yeah, it is. And
we'll
okay.
get that in the last segment of this hour.
Oh, sorry about
we
that.
can do that. All right, so if you've never caught this show before, every Wednesday night from 7 to 9 p.m., thank you very much, Central Time, we do the RV Show USA. We do the show live. We don't do any editing. What you hear,
Although we probably
we're in
should.
a commercial break. We're in a commercial break right now. Facebook will not allow us to run commercials during the commercial breaks.
Nope.
This break is about, it's a 4-minute break, so we got 3 more minutes to go. And the audio sounds really crappy because it comes across on the camera mic. But this is our opportunity to visit with you guys. If you have a comment or a question, obviously we are doing a special little segment at the end of this hour. If you have somebody that you want us to do an on-air shout out to, Merry Christmas to somebody that may be across the country that you'd like to say howdy to, write it down here in the comments, and Lisa and Goose and I will get to it here in just a little bit. What else have we got? Make sure if you haven't done it already, share this Facebook Live onto other group pages,
Yes, please.
RV group pages that you happen to be a member of. And I know that we've got a contest that we're running from now till the end of January, that if you will share this broadcast into these named group pages, the person that shares the most times between now and the end of January will win a $250 gift card to one of my favorite places in the whole wide world. That's PPL Motorhomes. That's RV Nana behind me. just for sharing and helping us get the word out. What you got there, Goose?
We've got when we get back, we have Jennifer.
Jennifer, okay. All right. What is Jennifer?
And
want?
Marshall called back. She just wants to, verbally
say
tell,
hi?
just to say hi.
Okay.
And that Marshall and Kelly know that she really likes them.
Good. That's nice.
And we have Marshall back also. So.
Ray Rodriguez, he says hi,
Ray.
company.
Hello,
And
Ray. Long time no talk to.
Steve wants to see your
This
sweater.
is my sweater, and it's a Christmas
Stand
tree.
up. Take off your throw and
My
show 'em
throw
your
is
sweater.
huge. This throw is
Stand
huge.
up.
Goodness gracious.
Okay, so
Stand up,
this is my sweater.
No, you got to get on camera, so you're
Well,
off camera now.
hang on, I don't want to sit on your lap.
Give me a big
It's a
shot.
Christmas
give
tree.
give us a big shot there, Goosey.
Okay, hang on.
All right.
Here you
He's
go.
the big shot.
No.
Yeah, he is the big
It's a
shot.
Right.
Christmas tree.
So that's her Christmas
Has all
tree.
my little ornaments on it and everything.
She has another one. It's the ugliest thing I have ever seen in my life, and she
And he's
wanted
looked in
to-
the
I
mirror.
was gonna wear
and
it,
she
but
wanted it. She's sitting next to it. I know. No, she wanted to wear it tonight. It's got lights and blinks and all this kind of stuff. So
oh, but you guys, look how big this throw is. It's huge. You could sleep with this thing. It's huge.
It
and
is huge.
It has RVs, all kinds of RVs, and it's the cutest.
Me who RV guys sound young but look old.
what?
Who's that?
What happened?
That's awesome.
I don't know what you're
That
talking
makes
about.
me laugh a lot.
Like Lisa's talking, you're talking. What are you saying?
This person, Lee Who, says RV guys sound young but look so old.
Great. All right, can we?
That's hilarious.
It was nice knowing you, Lee.
Oh my gosh.
That's
I'm
great.
actually, I'm younger than I look. She just made me look this way. We got 10 more seconds to go.
there
Here
we
we go. It's Jennifer, right?
Jennifer, yeah.
The RV Show USA.
All right, we're back with Kelly Beasley, the RV Chickadee, and Marshall Windler, both avid RVers and partners in a website they're building called campaddict.com. And guys, we've got somebody on line 3 or line 4 that wants to say howdy to you. So, Jennifer, you're on with Marshall and Kelly.
Hi, Marshall and Kelly. I wanted to give you guys a shout out and show my support.
Okay, somebody's got to turn their radio down. This is getting crazy. All right, Jennifer, you there?
I am here.
All right, go ahead.
I wanted to give a shout out to my good friends Kelly and Marshall. How proud I am about them, about what they're doing, and of them. And just say that they're a great inspiration to me.
Are you a
and
full-timer? Are you an RVer?
I am not. I look from the outside into their lives. I follow them online.
Hey, Jennifer.
Hey, one of the times I get to talk to one of my best friends. Surprise! Calling in to support you guys.
Hey, girl. Great to hear from you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, too, that I may not RV full-time or at all, but I wanted to just say how inspirational you were in when you downsized and minimalized your home while you were planning on getting out on the road. So me being in a brick-and-mortar home, it was very helpful, and it still is. And I love, love, love watching you guys do what you do.
Well, Jennifer,
Thanks,
thank
girlie.
you. Thank you so much for calling. And Lisa was asking before the show. And I'll go ahead and ask: how difficult was it for you, Kelly, to ditch stuff when you went full time? When you had a nice big house and now you've got a little tiny trailer, was that a difficult thing to do?
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of people say that it is difficult for them. I think I'm the minority here when I see it wasn't difficult for me. I couldn't get rid of everything fast enough. But what I will tell you is now that I'm so minimal, now it's getting harder to let the last things go because I still want to get something a lot smaller than my 24-foot travel trailer, like go 18 or under. So yeah, it's getting a little harder now with the very little stuff that I do have. But you know, in the end, it's just stuff.
Well, Kelly, I have a question for you. What was the hardest thing when you went full time to give up? Was it a bathtub, a large closet, extra storage space? What would you think?
Gosh, that's a really good question. I didn't find much that was difficult for me. It was just like
That's
screaming my
awesome.
name.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds
You
like
were ready.
Sounds like you were ready inside. You were ready to make the move. All right, I have a question for you, Marshall. How are you trying to make Camp Addict unique and different from other websites? I think we touched on that a little bit. And who is your specific demographic, if you will? Who do you want to come to campaddict.com? Who's a good fit for?
So I'll answer that in reverse. It's a good fit for anyone who owns an RV, and potentially anyone who is interested in the RVing lifestyle, to learn about RVing. What was the first question? Sorry.
I don't even remember. I was just going to ask you about who are you going after in terms of your niche demographic, your market. And you said that, going after pretty much everybody. And how are you making it different?
Yeah, well, that's okay. So we're making it different by really delving into product guides and product reviews. If you look at a category that we're reviewing, we'll, it'll be anywhere from 5,000 words to 10,000 words, and we get very specific about the product, what you need to know as an RVer, and we just pack the website full of information, and that's how we're differentiating ourselves from what else is out there.
One of the things that I see, and Kelly, I'll be quiet in a second, but one of the things I see, there are so many different sites that one person will love this product and another person will hate it, and if all you do is read their stuff, it sounds they both have a good point. How do you figure out which one is the one to believe?
Well, a lot of personal experience comes in on that. Go ahead, Kelly.
No, go ahead, Marshall.
Personal experience as far as, since we're out living the lifestyle, this is what we do. This is who we are. We can understand what products work and what don't work, and we use a lot of the products ourselves, and so we've got the hands-on experience. A lot of people that write about the products may not have that much experience actually using them.
And as full-time RVers, you've got, like you said, hands-on experience. All right, guys, hang on. We got to take another break. We'll be back to find out more with Kelly and Marshall about campaddict.com. This is the RV Show USA. Thank you all for listening, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everybody.
Absolutely.
All right.
His connection is a little bit better now.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But that having her, it was a little bit awkward. I mean, too much stuff going on that.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
When can
Just
we
a
do
little
the
bit.
shout-outs?
We're gonna
We're
go
going to
after.
do it in segment 5.
Oh.
Don't
Well,
yell
the
at my
lady-
wife.
I'm not.
I yell at my wife.
5.
I'm going to
Segment
punch you
5.
both. Listen,
Segment
that
5.
lady that
That lady?
said that, Lee who? That lady said that you look old, but your
Yes.
voice sounds young. She wants to do a shout-out to friends in Houston.
Well, we're gonna
We
do
will.
this, baby. We're gonna do this on the
Okay,
air.
and I'm talking in there, and then that's one on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, so just make a note, and then we'll take
I
care
did,
of it.
I did.
Okay, very good.
I'd like to say that we're normally not this disorganized, but I'd be lying.
Yeah, you would.
This is
Because I'm here.
Yes.
That's part of.
I know it.
This
It is
is
part
the
of it.
RV Show USA, a weekly 2-hour live radio show. Actually, we do the show on Wednesday nights, like right now. There is no editing of any kind. After the show,
Suckers.
we're in a commercial break. After the show, Goose will go ahead and edit out the commercials, stick real commercials in. It goes up on Westwood One. It's syndicated to markets across the country. This show will actually air on Saturday and Sunday across the country.
So Christmas Eve.
Whatever Saturday and Sunday is in
Sunday's
different
Christmas
markets.
Eve.
Okay, depending upon the market.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, but you get to see it now.
Ha! You get a preview. Ha! Sorry.
All right, if you'd like us to say hello, it's Jennifer
Jennifer Young. Hi,
Hi,
Jennifer
Jen.
Young. Merry Christmas
I
to
missed you in Louisville. We missed you. We were looking for you. Were you over there in Louisville? I know you were. We were there at that, I won't even say it.
Don't say it.
I'm not.
Don't say
We
it.
don't talk about that stuff anymore.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
What?
RV guy and lady like Pat and Hannah from Wheel of Fortune.
It's Vanna. And by the way, now she's kissing up because now she's saying you look like Pat Sajak.
Yeah.
Oh my
Pat
gosh.
Sajak hadn't aged in 25 years. Same can't be said for you.
Okay. All right. So
That
if
was a
it-
big show,
hang on.
Jennifer. It was easy to miss anybody there.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It
All
was
right,
fun.
let's see. If you have any shout outs you'd like us to give on your behalf, you want to say Merry Christmas to somebody, write it down here in the comments and we will get to it in not this segment, but next segment, okay? We'll see.
When
what
we
we
say
can
goodbye
do.
to Marshall and RV Chickadee.
That's right.
Normally when he just drones on for almost 4 minutes.
Wow. See what I got to put up with.
Basically, I'm just cheering for,
Hey.
okay, bring up the band.
He's got a great smiling face. He's happy all the time.
Me.
No.
No, not you. You're not happy ever.
You're like this, like,
In fact, you know when I see you happy? When she goes outside.
oh my gosh. Let me tell you something.
Not true.
He and his twin brother have this look. And when they're just relaxed and just sitting there, they're like this, Goose. Look.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, they just look
we
angry.
come
all the time.
back in less than a minute. Thank goodness.
Oh my goodness,
Hey, Alan.
that
This
spot
audio's
is
been really hard.
loud.
What?
That
Hi,
spot
Alan.
is loud.
Hi, folks.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm the RV guy.
You are so bad. Maybe we'll start editing this show. What do you think?
It's up to you. It's your
Anyway,
show.
Christmas.
It's your show, and you just you remember there's a fourth person that's not ever shown on camera that edits this for the video for YouTube. So
Yeah.
it's up to her.
All right, here we go.
Thank you for laughing with us. Not so much. Oh, laughing at him, but laughing with us. We appreciate it.
Yes.
So.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
All right, back with our friends Kelly Beasley, the RV Chickadee, and her business partner and RV and buddy, Marshall Windler, for this last segment today. Guys, I want you to tell us about campaddict.com, where you are now, and where do you want to be in 3 to 5 years? What are your goals with this great website?
I guess I'll start off answering that one.
Go ahead.
Where are we now? Well, it takes a very long time to put good content on there. So we've only been out since May. I'm pretty happy with what we have out there and the way we have it out there. Because another thing that we do is we make it fun. We try to make it more fun, kind of be goofy and silly. So it's not just a boring read on, how to use a portable generator or something. As far as the future, I would like to be as well-rounded as possible. Right now, we probably tend to focus more on things that someone with a travel trailer would use because both of us have travel trailers. And we wouldn't be reviewing things until we have more experience with, say, something from a motorhome. They are very similar, but there are differences as well. So just in the future, just to be more well-rounded with the website.
What is the most surprising part for you, Marshall, of this business venture?
I think the reception that we're getting is surprising. We get a lot of people that tell us, wow, I wish that this existed when I started RVing. And
Right.
That's really heartwarming because, like Kelly said, it takes a really long time to put out a piece of content because we go so in-depth and try to make it fun but high quality.
Mm-hmm.
And so to get that feedback's great.
What is the most difficult part, Kelly, for you guys? I mean, I know you have a blog as well. Do you have a difficult time coming up with content, or?
No, we haven't in the past. I think for me, it's getting a little more difficult because at first we write about things that we know. And I feel like I'm the doofball of the duo as far as I like a page on a subject. It's got to tell, like, anybody has to be able to understand it. And if I can understand it, then anybody can understand it. So I think I kind of forgot what your question was.
No, I think
answer it?
I think that it takes somebody. Just me saying this. I think it takes someone really smart to make something easy to understand. To uncomplicate it. I think y'all are doing a really good job of that. What are your thoughts on technology and the opportunities that exist today? Because a decade ago, you would have never been able to build campaddict.com.
I know, right? it's amazing. I'm blown
Yeah.
away by what we can do today with technology. It's just I can stay and camp in the most beautiful places in the country and work. I mean, I have the best offices in the world. It's amazing.
What are some of y'all's favorite places to go? Just getting back on RVing. Marshall, where do you like to go?
Oh, wow. I mean, that's like that's a really loaded question because there are so many great places. I think that the mountains. I have spent the last 2 summers above 6,000 feet, and there's something about being up high that just, I don't know, is soothing to the soul. So the mountains are an awesome place to be, but man, there's so many great places, especially out west.
What about you, Kelly?
Yeah, same thing. Southwest Colorado has my heart right now, but I just love that I can always change my view. I can go to the desert. I can go be in California. I can go up to the redwoods. It's crazy, but the mountains, those hold my heart.
What advice would you give to other people that are listening to this show that feel that restlessness? Because I hear it. I hear that you felt that, and you sound like you're at peace now and you're happy. What advice would you give to others that are at that point in their life where they might want to think about making a change? What would you tell them?
I'd tell them that they can live with a lot less than they probably realize. A lot of people won't do it because they have very good reasons, but more often than not, people make excuses, and it's because they're really comfortable where they are. You got to get out of that comfort zone if you really want to do this or you think it's good potential happiness for you.
What about the support of others? Was it Kelly? It sounds like your mom was an RVer, so you probably had her backing. But Marshall, did you have family that supported you in your decision to get out there and live, the nomadic lifestyle?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. My parents were very supportive of my decision. I've never had anyone close to me in my life tell me that I'm crazy. Coming up on 4 years of doing this full time, and just nothing but support and love from the people in my life. It's pretty awesome.
Do you ever see a time, either one of you, where you might go back to the sticks and bricks home, or?
Ooh,
no.
No.
That answer well enough. No.
I think that the nomadic gene in me is really strong, and while I may not be living in a travel trailer, 40 years from now, I think that a lot of my lifestyle will be hinging around some sort of nomadic lifestyle.
Speaking of that, Kelly, RV Chickadee, aren't you going to be in a movie about the RV Nomad?
It looks that way. Yes, I have signed on with the RV Nomads movie. And I'm really happy to be able to be on such a platform that's going to show so many people what it's like to live this full-time RV life, especially as a solo woman. It's pretty rare for a solo female, especially to boondock full-time. So I'm really excited about being a part of that and putting it out there.
That's very cool.
The more I hear about people being genetically, we were nomads 1,000 years ago, tens of thousands of years ago, and you can't change your genes. You may make us grow up in structured neighborhoods and structured life, but we were meant to travel and to explore.
I agree completely, and I
Absolutely.
believe that's why my depression is no longer. I feel like, even though I have to hunt and I can go to a grocery store, it's still a different grocery store, and I have to find it. So I'm kind of doing closer to what our ancestors did than the person who has to live in a sticks and bricks home, which I did for a very long time. But yeah, I'm much happier now living this way. I think it is in our genes. I totally agree with you, Alan.
Marshall, have you got any four-legged family members that you take with you?
I don't, because I have plenty of friends with them, including Kelly with Trixie and Gizmo. So, yes, I have friends with pets, but I don't have any myself.
There you go. All right, guys, we're about out of time. Need to wrap it up. But tell everybody how they can keep up with the RV Chickadee and follow along on your website as y'all continue to grow and do great things.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm at rvchickadee.com. We have our Camp Addict website. It's not addict like the top of a house. That would be yeah. It's addict, like a heroin addict. You're addicted to the camping. Campaddict.com. And Marshall also has a blog himself. It's findingmarshall.com.
Awesome. Well, you guys have a very Merry Christmas. Be safe
Yes,
out there, and
Merry
we'll talk to you again
Christmas.
soon. We've got to wrap it up.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Alan.
All right, guys. Talk to you soon. All right. Be back right after this short break.
Shout out to Trixie.
Are you an RV enthusiast looking for your next adventure? Mobile RV.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Started
Phone lines
getting-
are clear.
Okay. Started getting smoother in that last segment. I started hitting our groove when we ran out of time.
Of course, that's the way it always is.
Absolutely. All right. So, do we have anybody that wants to? Don't do it now. But do we have anybody that wants to do a shout out?
Yes.
Okay. Well, y'all can do that then. I've got to say.
By the way, we are, for those of you who are wondering, the RV Show USA is recorded live in front of a virtual studio audience from the studios of 9:30 a.m. The Answer in San Antonio, Texas. So there's that. And question on Facebook: when's the last time y'all were in an RV?
The other day,
The other-
I had Bloody
Like you
Marys.
stayed the night in the
I had-
RV?
No, I had Bloody Marys.
We're
in
not
the
talking
RV
about that, Lisa.
with Tom Bendorf and the Hodneys. And
We have a friend. We
Pauletta.
have a friend that just that came down
I'm
from Wisconsin.
I'm glad you're expanding your horizons.
Yeah.
You have a friend.
Yeah.
Good for you.
He's one of our winter Texans.
Oh,
a
he
great
makes the
guy.
best Bloody
He
Marys.
bought a
Oh,
brand
my
new
goodness.
Grand Design fifth wheel that is like bad to the bone.
It
You are
has-
awful, Goose. You are awful.
It has a.
How am I awful?
It has a living room that goes upstairs and a big fireplace and windows all around. And
We had- we had a
hang on, I
Get
can't
this.
find her. I'm up at Big Chief. I can't find her. I look over, I see the golf cart. Okay, she's over at Tom's. Go over there and it's beautiful. And a couple hours later, I walked in and she's sitting on this massage chair.
With Trish Hodney.
Yeah. And
Sandy and
it
John's
was
daughter.
It was pretty
Yeah.
cool. And like 2 hours later, I went over to give her a hug. She smelled like a leather couch.
But
Oh my
when
God.
was the last time you actually spent the night in an RV?
we have
We
a
haven't had one in a while.
we have a cabin at the lake.
Okay,
Yeah.
you have a cabin at the lake.
We used to have RVs, but let me tell
Sold.
you,
We
these,
got rid of our last one a few months ago.
I gotta say this, these chairs, Goose,
Yes.
these chairs in this RV of Tom's,
Uh-huh.
they massage, they heat, they light up where you can put your Bloody Mary so you don't lose it. Oh, amazing.
She's doing it.
I'm
He
just-
said, don't do it. What?
Nothing. Just nothing.
Lisa,
Yeah.
you're going to get us in trouble, and you
Okay.
don't even know it. All right, 30 seconds,
Oh,
guys.
boy.
Have you subscribed yet to our newsletter? Have you hit the share button? Share this broadcast, and make sure you stick around because next hour we're going
Next
to have
hour.
Santa Claus.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, my shout out is to all the Chihuahuas all across the
All you
country.
Chihuahuas
and
listening.
especially
Goodness
Pollo, Pedro, and the white worm Bill.
The audio is a lot.
And
It's
Trixie and
jumped up a
Gizmo.
lot, Goose, on
Okay.
through my headset from like the first half of the hour to the second half. Here we
Okay.
go.
Oh boy. All right.
The RV Show USA.
All right, so in our Facebook Live, we've been asking folks who they'd like us to wish Merry Christmas to on their behalf, and we'll do a shout-out for them on the air. Before we do that, we want to, we want to announce that the winner of our Countdown to Christmas giveaway, we're going to say that name here at the top of the hour. If you are a subscriber to our online newsletter, you may be this week's winner, so stick around for that. While this is our last show before Christmas, we'll be starting a new way to win gear and prizes very soon. So to make sure that you've entered into all our giveaways, subscribe to our newsletter. It's free. It takes about a minute to do, and as a subscriber, you'll receive a coupon every week when we have a feature destination, as well as updates and information. That coupon is going to be good for a free night stay to that feature destination. And you'll get all kinds of updates, a text or an email when we go live on Facebook. We do not sell your info to anybody. You can remove yourself if you ever want to at thervshowusa.com. All right, Goose, Lisa, anybody have a special Christmas message they want to share?
Yes.
Well,
There's a shout out.
We got to make it quick
There's
and
a
into
shout
the
out
microphone,
to
baby.
Tom B. from Rick, and from Lihu to her husband Christopher, and Sue and Laura, her friends in Houston. Shout out to Trixie and Gizmo, and
And
of
you
course,
want to you want to do one to Pollo, right?
Pollo, Pedro, and Whiteworm.
Can I see that notebook right quick, please?
Of course.
Sure. Do you want to write something? Tell her to be
Well,
quiet.
I just have a question.
Yes.
Does Lee play first base for anybody?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, exactly. Lee who? Does he
Who?
play
Who is
Yes.
that?
Okay. I'm sorry. Goose can't help himself, folks. So anyway,
really
I want to
It's
do
a
a shout out
sickness.
to RV Nana and everybody over at PPL Motorhomes. They did a couple of really cute Christmas videos. All I want for Christmas is my RV parts, and the 12 serious on the 12 days of Christmas, blah blah blah. Anyway, we have it posted on our Facebook page. Lots of elves and Santa's helpers having a lot of fun. Hope you all have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you for making RVing so fun for so many people. All right, for our
Real quick,
listeners, what?
A shout out from Michael to Tammy.
Michael to Tammy. Okay.
And of course,
Who's
Jennifer
on
wanted
first?
Kelly and Marshall.
We got
Oh
a
my
lot of
gosh.
people. A lot of people on our Facebook Live right now. Now, listen, stick around, folks, because next hour. Stop laughing! Kill her microphone.
No,
All right,
look.
Nick. What?
Who's on first, and then the lady said, "I'm not understanding."
Okay. You would have to. All you people on radio, you need to jump on our Facebook Live and join us. It is a lot of fun, I promise. Next hour, you're gonna hear Santa Claus. Not a mall Santa, but a real Santa, I promise. We're going to have Tom Johnson from JG Lubricants on. I'm going to read a Christmas poem to you I think is beautiful, and a whole lot more. This is the RV Show USA. Number 1 is done. All right, Goose, strike up the band, brother.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today. Come on, America, let's hit the road. So many things to see, so many places to go. Freedom and fun go hand in hand when you're rolling in your RV across this great land. So buckle up now. What do you say? The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
Everybody, this is
This
our,
is the
Now,
poem.
hello.
hang on, stop. This
Have a
is our
time.
long break. Hour number 1 is in the can. This is our long break. We come back at 6 minutes after the hour. So don't go anywhere. We're going to announce the winner of another great Camp Casual product.
It's huge.
Lisa could sleep with this thing.
Yes,
It's
it's 50 inches by 60 inches.
it's
huge.
a big throw. Okay,
Yeah.
it is.
But you can fold it in half and wrap it around you like I'm going to do. Don't take my throw.
It's got RVs and campers, and it's really pretty cool.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Very
And
soft,
you could do
warm,
this.
and cuddly and fuzzy and all that. And our winner is going to be Gigi Gallegos from Albuquerque. So Gigi, is she
Congrats,
watching?
Gigi.
Is she on Facebook
I don't know.
Live? I don't know either. Anyway, Gigi Gallegos is going to win this. Compliments of Camp Casual and PPL Motorhomes. So RV Nana will get it to you. Santa Claus may be here before you get your throw, but I promise you, you're going to enjoy it. Let us know, Gigi, when you get it.
Steve Giano wants one.
Steve wants one.
Yes.
You can find out
They're
all.
awesome.
You can see all the Camp Casual stuff. And honestly, if you like stuff with a camping theme, an RVing theme, you can't beat the Camp Casual stuff. We've given away a lot of their stuff over the last several
It's
weeks.
amazing. Very well made.
Yeah. In the
So should I apologize
for what?
for my Abbott and Costello bit earlier
Right.
that bombed like crazy because
I just
somebody doesn't know their Abbott and Costello apparently?
I just think that it's not nice to make fun of our guests. It's nice you can make fun of me.
I was just asking a
or
question.
our listeners,
I was just asking a question. If
All right.
anybody in that family played first
How
base.
to win. All right, well, Lee, here is how to win. Subscribe to our newsletter. Obviously, you're on Facebook, so
Yes.
share this broadcast. Did I say she's new to Facebook? Anyway, share this broadcast with your friends, or if you are in any RV group pages, share that. Subscribe to our newsletter, and we will not bombard you with a bunch of information. We don't sell your info to anybody. But you will be entered to win our prizes. And starting in 2018, we're going to have some really cool contests. I'll kind of tease you a little bit about it. The first one, we're going to call, I think it's going to be called Campground Karaoke.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. And all you got to do to win a Camp Casual product is to call up and sing our theme song. It's simple. We're not looking for the American Idol. We're looking for you. We're wanting to have fun.
RV Show USA. See, it's
Come on,
as
Mom.
simple as that.
That's right.
Should I play it over the speakers?
No, not right now.
Okay.
But you can practice right there on our website. On our homepage, look over on the right-hand side, you see the little logo, say listen to our theme song, click on it, you can practice. And I promise you, all you gotta do is call up, get on the air, sing our theme song.
That's going to be the trick, is to get on the air.
Yeah, you've seen how he answers the phone. Hey, it goes both ways, brother.
Yeah.
So you can,
Guess what? You can direct your video then next time.
So all you have to do is call in during the right segment, and we'll announce when the segment's going to be. Sing
Not the left
song,
segment, the right segment.
And we don't even need your real name. So if you're, some people are kind of shy, bashful about this karaoke thing, just call in and say, look, my name is Goose, and then let her rip.
No, you can't say that.
All right, what do we got? I want to do a shout out for my friends, to my friends over at DeMontron RV in Houston. If you are in the Houston area, if you're looking for a new RV, you won't do better than my friends at DeMontron. Let me tell you why. DeMontron has got something they call the Warranty Forever program. Now, when you buy a new RV, everybody's got some kind of a warranty. 1 year, maybe 2 years, or they get you for $1,000 or more for an extended warranty. DeMontron has something called the Warranty Forever program, and they mean it. Now, what you have to do is just do your periodic, your scheduled maintenance. That's it. Do your scheduled maintenance, and almost everything, the big stuff in your RV is covered forever. It really is. It is a benefit. It doesn't cost you any more. It is, I don't know of anybody else in the country other than DeMontron RV that does that. So if you're looking at a new RV, they got the best lines going. I promise they're really nice people. They've been around for about 60 years. They got 3 locations. One is up in Conroe, north of Houston. One is closer to the airport, George Bush Airport there, North Houston. One is down in Texas City. So DeMontron RV, you can link to them from our website. What? You're looking at me like you got something to say.
Mm-hmm.
You got something to say?
No.
Good.
Something
I like
something.
that. Well, you got nothing to say.
I got
All right.
something.
So here's the deal.
We have
Claus
stuff
really
to say.
is-
You just said we couldn't say it.
Right.
We got 2 minutes until showtime. Santa Claus, you're going to hear from Santa here in just a few minutes.
Y'all don't want to miss this. This is amazing.
It's awesome, isn't it?
It's amazing.
It is absolutely magical, I promise you. If you are not a believer, you will be a believer after this. And I'll kind of set the context when we come back.
So, you should know.
What?
I saw her face. Now I'm a believer.
What?
And I saw her face.
Dun, 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 dun.
Now I'm a believer.
Mm.
Not a trace.
Dun, dun,
I'm sorry,
dun, dun.
everybody.
Or doubt in my mind.
I'm in love.
I'm a believer.
You started, I hate it.
Believer if I try. Bum, ba, dum, da, dum.
Don't hit the share button.
Oh my
Please,
gosh.
unshare.
Okay, so which version do you like better, Monkeys or Smash Mouth?
I've never heard of Smash Mouth, so I would say it's the Monkeys because I've
Okay,
never
very
heard
good.
of Smash Mouth.
Smash Mouth.
Okay, I have to. I got to hit this really
Quickly.
You can't say anything here. Okay,
Whoa.
I got 40 seconds or
Yeah, you got about 40
I got about
seconds.
40 seconds to hit a spot, and you got this is a telephone call between me and Santa Claus.
Yep.
You're gonna like it.
Yep.
I hope you like it anyway. If you have any children, any grandchildren nearby, fetch them up because they're gonna like it. What?
What happened?
Lee Who says, lady very goofy.
Well, I am goofy at times.
We got 10 seconds.
That's
kids.
awesome. That makes me
All
Oh
laugh.
my gosh.
Okay. Kill her mic, seriously.
Oh yeah, every mic's dead.
Kill it.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today. Come on, America. Let's hit the road. So many things to see, so many places to go. Freedom and fun go hand in hand when you're rolling in your RV across this great land. So buckle up now. What do you say? The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
It's time for hour number 2 of America's only radio show about the RV lifestyle. Syndicated from coast to coast, It's the RV Show USA with Alan Warren, the RV Guy.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
All right, one down, one to go on this last show before Christmas. Hi, everybody. Alan Warren, the RV Guy, along with Goose, our show's producer, and we are joined in the studio today by my bride, Lisa. All right, let me tell you what you're getting ready to hear, because I think it is important for me to kind of set the context. You're about to hear an actual telephone call between me and Santa Claus. Yep, I'm talking about the real Santa. A couple things before we roll the call. First, you may or may not know that I have an identical twin brother named Keith, and for most of our lives, folks have gotten us confused, even Santa Claus. And we did this recording. It was back when I was doing a show about fishing and hunting before the RV Show USA. But to me, as I listen to it, I see many similarities with people who RV. That's a two-part call. Let's go ahead and get started.
And welcome back, everybody. Alan Warren here on this last show before Christmas. During the break, we were successful in getting our next guest on the line, and he is one of the kindest, wisest men that I know. Personally, now, I have not spoken with him in more than 50 years. But that is all about to change. I want to welcome Santa Claus to the show this morning. How's Santa doing?
Ho, ho, ho. Mighty fine, Alan Warren. My gosh, great day in the morning.
Last time I sat on your lap, I was a little bitty kid. I'm afraid I'm rivaling you with my girth.
I imagine, yeah, I had to let that old suit out another 2 inches this year. And I tell you, it's I'm not eating all the stuff the kids leave for me anymore.
Well, you better come and eat some of the Warren House. We've doubled up on the chocolate chip cookies, you know. So
boy.
Yeah, we got a bunch of them. Hey, listen, the reason I had you on, Santa, first off, I appreciate you for taking the call. It's really twofold. You know, it's been 50 years since we have visited, literally, and I want to thank you for so many of the wonderful things you brought me as a kid, my pocket knives and flashlights and a BB gun and all that stuff. But you made me one happy little boy, and you brought magic and imagination and so much to me, and for that I am most grateful.
Well, but I remember that note that I got from you, and I switched something that your brother wanted and what you wanted, and I got that note from you, and but ever since then, I've kind of got things straightened out. You know, you guys, it was easy to get confused. Twin boys.
With an identical twin brother, you know, they called us double trouble, and I remember that he would get some of the Christmas presents that I thought would certainly be mine, so I'm glad we finally got that whole thing straightened out. But the second reason, Santa, I wanted to have you on is to kind of get your perspective on things with boys and girls today and their parents and grandparents and all that kind of stuff. But let's just talk a little bit about Santa Claus. First off, how are things going up at the North Pole right now? Crazy as always?
Well, it sure is. We had about 1.5 feet of snow last night, and it's cold and getting colder. And even, you know, I was out this morning feeding some reindeer, and a couple of them were shivering. So, you know, it's cold when your reindeer are shivering.
Is everybody healthy and they're ready to make the trek south?
Well, we had a dancer had a little hoof problem, and I had to normally I use a vet out of Fairbanks, get him to come up here, but he was too busy, and I had to use an old boy from over there at the Kamchatka Peninsula, and you know those Russians all talk like they got a mouthful of rocks, and so. But anyway, he fixed that old dancer up, and they're ready to go.
Y'all are ready. Santa, what is your favorite part of Christmas and why?
Well, you know, Alan, it may surprise you, but it's the music, the Christmas music, not holiday music. It's Christmas music. We got an XM radio out there in the barn and at the corral, and, you know, it just has a soothing effect on the reindeer and, you know, and even the elves inside his shop here. They're a whole lot more productive. You know how it is down there in Texas. You got farm animals. You got a radio out there in the barn, and you better, because you walk in unannounced, and some animals liable to give you a good lick, and you'll wake up sometime next week.
I love how you say Christmas music and not holiday music.
Amen, brother.
Hey, what are some things that people don't know about Santa?
Well, there's some things I don't want you to know. But
well, we won't go there, Santa. But
we won't go there. Yes. Well, it's one thing is that Mrs. Claus doesn't get as much credit as she should, because she certainly helps around here and keeps those elves in line. So I'd say that that primarily is what they don't realize, and that's how much she does.
Well, what is it that you have to do to get these elves motivated? Because it seems like to me you always hear stories about what's going on at the North Pole right before Christmas. Do they procrastinate all year? I mean, are they busy all year? Is it hard to find help? Tell me about these elves.
Well, it is. It is kind of hard to find help, but, this time of year, it's not so much procrastination. It's they put in a lot of overtime. Everybody's busy, and we've had to, over the years, things have changed so much. For instance, back, 50, 60, 70 years ago, we had the best leather shop, we had the best woodworking shop, and then long about the 60s, we had to throw out most of that and bring in injection molders, and everything was plastic. And now, it's we're getting into all of this new technology, and so half of the elves are being retrained all the time for the new things that are coming along, what kids want.
To me, that's kind of sad. I mean, I think back to some of the things that I had when I was a kid, and you brought me a sheath knife with, a leather sheath, and I know that it was made by the elves, and those things they're relics now, I guess, and all these kids nowadays want iPhones and tablets and electronic gadgets.
Exactly, and even trail cameras. Can you imagine? But this is great. This is the times we're in, and whatever they want, that's what we're going to try to get them.
Santa, what do you do that keeps you so happy and optimistic and have such faith? Because you're just a man who is always smiling. You've got such wisdom you've had through the years, and I guess I want to know your secret.
Secret, you say? Well, it just putting a smile on a kid's face. Does it get any better than that? I think not.
Yeah, I just love it. It's when I go fishing and hunting, and I take someone in particular fishing and hunting, it gives me such joy that I want to do it more and more. What do you think about kids nowadays that do fish and hunt? Is that a pretty cool thing anymore, or is that kind of, gone?
No, you talk about, I don't think there's anything any better. If kids that have the opportunity to grow up appreciating the lifetime recreational activities of hunting and fishing, it stays with them for life. It's a lifetime thing. And so, some of the things I'm dropping off under trees, and they're going to wear out. But you take a kid hunting and fishing, and you spend time with them outdoors, that's going to be with them, and long after you're gone, they're still talking about you and how, you went through it with your dad.
Yeah. Yeah, and those are the things that we cherish, we hold on to our entire lives. I mean, I remember the trinkets and the stocking stuffers and the hand warmers and all the things that I got from you over the years, but the real meaningful things is you gave me hope and imagination, but my parents gave me that time, and that was so critically important.
Absolutely. And, I'm looking through some of the records right now, and I can't remember, maybe a time or two, but I don't think I've ever seen a kid get into trouble that had a hunting and fishing license in his pocket. Once they learned those activities and enjoy them, on come Friday night when some of their friends want to go out and do something or get into mischief, these guys know that Saturday morning they're going to be getting up about 5 o'clock and heading out with their dad to the deer lease or the ranch, and no, they don't want to be messing around on Friday night and getting in trouble. They want to be out there at the ranch.
Santa Claus, listen, we got to take a quick break. Please hold on. Folks, when we come back, I'm going to get a little bit of advice for us parents and grandparents about taking our kids hunting and introducing them to the outdoors from the one and only Santa Claus. I've not visited with him in 50 years, but we are so lucky to have him on the air right now. So Santa, stick around, would you please?
Will do.
All right, thank you. Folks, y'all stick around too. We'll be right back.
I want to take a minute and do a little bragging on my friends at PPL Motorhomes. You hear about PPL. How's a mic? We got a mic?
Yeah, we got a mic.
All right, guys. So, again, that was an interview that I did. That's part one of the interview that I did with Santa Claus. It was years ago when I did a fishing and hunting program. And, you know, I really see a lot of similarities between fishing and hunting and RVing, at least the people that do that. And I've got a little monologue I'm going to talk about later. Might as well spill my guts. You know, my dad was a really tough dad. Nothing was ever good enough for him. If I didn't get straight A's, it was not good enough. I could not measure up to him. He was a really tough guy. And the only time he was really fun and really warm and enjoyable to be with was when we were out fishing and hunting. I grew up as a kid in a fishing and hunting family and camping family, so that's what we did. And the only time he was nice was when we were out in the outdoors. And I always thought that I loved fishing and hunting because it was fishing and hunting and camping. But the real thing I loved was that time with somebody that cared about me.
Don't get that much anymore, do you?
That I didn't have to measure up to him every second. And anyway, so you're going to hear part two of this thing with Santa Claus here in a bit. Like I said, I hope that the magic of Christmas, that you guys are feeling it. I think Santa Claus was awesome. His message a few years ago is the same as his message today, I'm sure. That the way that, it's kind of like we say that the way we spell love is T-I-M-E. And the best place to spend that time with those that we care about is in nature, enjoying RVing and camping with people that you care about. So anyway, if you have not yet subscribed to our newsletter, please take a minute and do so. If you've not hit the share button yet, you can hit the share button on your phone and share this broadcast. Share it onto some group pages. We're going to be giving away a $250 gift card to PPL Motorhomes. Yep, you heard right, a $250 gift card at the end of January to the person that shares the Facebook Lives of this show more than anybody else. So up at the top, we've got it pinned, the group pages that we would like you to share to. So first off, you got to be a member of those group pages.
What?
Do not go and get in trouble.
No.
All right?
No trouble.
Join the groups. They're great groups. Good people, and then share this show with them, because a lot of people have never heard of the RV Show USA. We've been around for a full year, and we're growing every single week, but we need your help, and that's the bottom line. We need your help, and by sharing, it will certainly do that for us. What you got, honey? You're not going to get rid of your...
No, it's so comfortable, but look at the other side. It's so beautiful.
Here, let me... You want to model it for the camera?
I already did.
Okay.
See, I'm so cozy here. So
It is kind of cold in here. It feels good.
It is. This is wonderful.
All right, so what have we got? So we got Gary and Tom and Kelly's still on. Hi, Kelly. Kelly, you're awesome. And we want to have you on next year, which is not that far away. As you guys not as soon as, but as y'all continue to grow and build campaddict.com, we want to kind of ride along with you. And if you have any updates on the that movie that you're going to be in about the RV Nomads, we would love to hear about that. So do not be a stranger, please. And folks, we're coming back from break. All right, you got to hit my microphone in the beginning, Goose.
What's that?
Hit my microphone in the beginning.
Yep.
So I do an intro and an outro on this one.
Okay.
Climb off.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
All right, so you were listening to an actual telephone call between Santa Claus and me when I hosted radio shows about fishing and hunting. Here's part 2 of that phone call. We hope you enjoy the spirit of the conversation and that you see how it applies to RVers and the RV lifestyle.
And welcome back, everybody. Alan Warren here behind the microphone visiting with an old friend, a man I haven't spoken with in a half a century. All the way from the North Pole, we have Santa Claus himself on the phone but only for a few more minutes. Santa, I want you to give us a little bit of advice and perspective, not for the kids, but for the parents and grandparents that are listening. We have a lot of people right now that are listening to this show. They're on the way to the hunting stand. They're maybe having coffee, in the cabin. They're going to work. But we want to connect with our kids. What kinds of advice can you give us?
Well, once again, in the time spent with kids outdoors, you just can't. The returns are so great, and fortunately, it's something that develops within them, and long after you're gone, and they're passing it on to the next generation. So it's something, it's clean, it's wholesome activity. You're out there hunting, and you say, well, there's animals, and you don't want to do anything but, hey, they're renewable natural resources, and you're doing the herd a favor by thinning them out. So when it comes to hunting and fishing, no, we're not hurting the resource. We're actually helping it. And, every state has game and fish agencies that determine when the seasons will be and what the limits will be. And so there's never, a problem with that natural resource, dwindling.
Santa, what do you think about kids feeling the need to shoot a big buck or catch a big fish, or parents feeling the need to hurry up, we got to get this great big buck on the ground, before you're 6 years old? Or what about this pressure? Do you see a lot of people applying pressure, and is that a good thing, a bad thing? Do you have some comments and advice about that?
To a kid, skipping rocks over there at the tank is just as important as sitting in that blind.
So we can, essentially, we can try to push our kids too much, and they don't benefit from that. They actually kind of resist our pushing to get them to shoot that big buck or sit in the deer blind longer when it's cold outside.
Absolutely. And believe it or not, when kids start out with that giant buck, what have they got to look for?
Well, you got that right. I remember my first deer, it was a little hill country 8-pointer, and it's my most cherished buck to this day. I'll never forget it, never forget my dad being with me and how it happened and took place. And
well, I remember it too, and I remember you got buck fever so bad, that old blind was shaking, your gun was banging, you looked like one of the reindeer out here trying to pass a peach seed.
You were there, Santa. You were absolutely there.
I was there. I seen it.
The funny thing to explain about connecting with nature, at least to me, in the natural, it's hard to explain the words that the feelings that come with this connection with others when you're in nature. It's sort of like you, Santa. If you look at Santa in the natural, you're a jolly guy in a red suit with a white beard, and all that may be true, but you are so much more than that. You represent so much more, and that's what the outdoors is to so many of us, that people that don't go in the outdoors try to understand, why do we do it? It's because of this supernatural thing that draws us there. It's sort of, you've got supernatural powers, and so does nature, I think.
Well, nature, if you spend enough time in a blind just observing what's going on around you, and if you have a dad in there spending some time with you saying, you see that buck over there now, when his tail raises, you teach him how to read the body language of deer. You teach him about ducks. You teach him about turkeys. I guess the first time you ever had a turkey come in on you. It's just great. But for most of us, and certainly for me, hunting and nature, fishing, it's where I go to get all the knots out of my rope.
Do you actually fish and hunt still? When do you find the time, and where do you go?
Well, the fishing, the ice is only off the water up here about maybe 6 weeks out of the year. I usually drop down to maybe Great Bear Lake over there, and none of it used to be, they call it Northwest Territories, but we fish there. Mama Claus, she loves those lake trout and lake perch and some of those char. But, yeah, that's where I get in a little fishing. Then, of course, we do a little ice fishing up here this time of year. But hunting, I'll tell you, you can't beat Texas. You can't beat Alaska. I love Africa.
So you've been everywhere, I know.
I've been everywhere with the electric chair, seen everything but the wind.
I just love you, Santa Claus. You are so awesome. What kinds of emails? And let me ask you this. Are you getting more emails now than the old-fashioned letters to Santa? And which do you prefer?
The old-fashioned letters. Because they weren't, when kids, it allowed kids to write, anymore. None of them can write. It's all about email. But that's it. That's the modern technique, how we communicate. And you go with the flow.
You just have to deal with technology, but you still take the old-fashioned letters. I remember writing letters to you and drawing pictures of, deer and fish and my family being outdoors, and you can't do that with a computer.
Absolutely not. No, it loses the feeling, the touch, and computers are they're wonderful, and yet I just like the old letters.
Yeah, Santa, in the event people are looking for that last-minute gift that maybe Santa Claus can't bring, what kind of gift would you encourage parents and grandparents to think about giving to their children?
Alan, I don't think there's anything more precious to give to a kid than your time, and spending time with kids, teaching them about the outdoors. That's the thing that they'll remember. That's their opportunity to learn, and in so doing, doing it the right way, the ethic, having that outdoor ethic, that they'll learn the right way to do things. You see it happen sometimes. People take a few shortcuts, and that's just not the thing you want to teach your kids. You want to teach them to play by the rules, and it'll be great for them, and it'll be great for them throughout their lives.
Santa, I'm getting the signal from the producer I've got to let you get. I want to thank you for everything that you do for me, for my life still, and my family, and for everybody else. We appreciate it. Be safe this Christmas, and eat some extra cookies when you're at the Warren house, okay?
Well, I'll do that, and just remember, practice, safety out there in the field. They count us as we go out. Let's make sure we all return.
Awesome. Thank you, Santa Claus. I love you, and we'll talk again someday. It won't be 50 years next time.
Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.
Not long after that phone call with Santa Claus, my life and my perspective about fishing and hunting changed a lot. After the break, I'm going to tell you how that call with Santa put me on a path towards the RV lifestyle and eventually to this radio show. Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll be right back.
That was cool.
That was nice.
That was very nice.
That was
very nice.
What did I do? I like, comment, no. What did I do? Okay. So what'd y'all think? Did you like Santa Claus? Was it okay? To me, it was magical. It was about fishing and hunting, but it really wasn't. It was about time. It was about spending time with people that you love, that you care about, and enjoying being with those people, connecting with nature and connecting with others.
Hey, Thomas Goose, how's it going?
You're one segment too fast.
Doing good. We've got about 3 minutes left in our break. And
he's not on this segment. He's on the next segment.
That's not what this says.
Okay. He'll be on segment 4. Sorry.
Okay, just segment 4? Okay, Tom, let me call you back here at 7:40, or at 8:40, okay? Thank you, sir.
Sorry about that. My mess up.
It's all right. By the way, you didn't give me any notes about the music coming back into this segment.
What music? Oh, the one that's getting ready to happen?
Uh-huh.
That's all right. That's all right. We can play. So are we big wheels rolling?
Yep.
That's okay.
Yep.
Not a problem. All right.
Oh, boy.
So anyway, hopefully y'all learned a little bit about Santa Claus and about how important that four-letter word time is to him. Yep. Hey,
Yeah.
Al Pierce. Next week, you're on, Al Pierce, and you'll see why you were not on this week, because of what?
Santa takes precedence, Al. Sorry.
Santa, and I've got a great poem that our good friend Tom Johnson wrote. I can't believe he actually wrote it, but
Yeah,
he did.
and we're gonna have him on at 8:44.
Yeah. So this is. All right.
44 minutes after the hour, 26 minutes to the top of the, or 16 minutes to the top of the hour.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna try to get through this and get the poem read because I want to talk about it. I know you're gonna want me to talk about that.
Yeah. What are you gonna want to talk about?
We need to hit the share button, everybody.
Yeah, that's right. You need to hit the share button. So give me 1 second here, and I will show you
Has
exactly.
anybody hit the share button?
Exactly how to do that. One, if you're on a computer like him, it's over to the right-hand side of your screen. However, if you're on a mobile device like this one that I have in my little hands right here, you see it, it's right there, right on. Let me just zoom in a little bit right quick here. Right there on the bottom left. Hit the share button, and you've got 3 options. Yeah, you do. You can share now to friends, public, whatever your settings are. You can copy the link, or you can share to a group. When you share to a group, well, assuming you do it right, yeah, just like that, you have all the groups that you're a part of, and you just hit share. Share to the relevant ones. Don't share to, like, I'm not going to share this show to, like, a comic book group. That just would make no sense. But if you're part of an RV group or a group that likes videos like this or shows like this, share away. Just share away. You can do it.
Please do it. Yeah, especially on those groups that if you want to win that gift card. We got 30 seconds till we come back. Any first timers here on our Facebook Live? If so, you post it over there. Hi, Sue.
All right, here we go.
You ready? It's after the poem. You hear me? After the poem.
Big wheels straight ahead, never looking back. Big wheels, till lights gonna fade to black. Big wheels, take me down that road tonight.
All right, if you missed our last 2 segments, you can get caught up by catching our podcasts that are now available on iTunes, Google Play, and on Stitcher. If you have an iPhone, go to the iTunes Store or your podcast app and type in The RV Show USA. If you have an Android, go to the Google Play Store, same thing. Search for The RV Show USA. If you've downloaded Stitcher, same deal. Search for The RV Show USA. All right, we started off the hour with a telephone call I had a few years ago with Santa Claus. I think it was magical. You know, for a child, Christmas really is special, and in a different kind of way than adults, but there's a spirit of the season of love and joy and hope that I believe, at least I hope, it touches something inside each one of us. A closing comment about how that call with Santa helped guide me towards this show. Now, I grew up in a hunting and fishing family. That's what we did growing up. My dad was a super tough man. He expected straight A's. Anything less was completely unacceptable. But when our family went outdoors to camp and hunt and fish, Dad became a different human being. He was actually nice. He was tolerant, even fun. And I know that may sound crazy, but it's the truth. I used to think that I loved hunting and fishing to go hunting and fishing, but after that call with Santa, I realized something else, that what I really loved was being able to spend time with my dad, time being close to him when he wasn't riding me about my grades and I wasn't quite measuring up to his standards. And what I really wanted was just that time. So it wasn't about hunting and fishing at all. It was more about that 4-letter word, time. And I think that's why I love RVing and most of the people that RV. It's because that I know how magical that time can be when you're away from the grind, away from the rat race, and you're able to truly connect with somebody that you love. And RVing allows me and so many other people to do that very thing. I hope that makes sense and that you enjoyed my phone call with Santa. Now, still ahead, you're going to meet a super smart guy that knows a lot about the inner workings of motorhomes and generators and transmissions. And as I recently learned, he is one heck of a poet. He really is. Now, hang on. Don't leave us. Don't leave us. I'm going to read this poem that I found out he wrote. It's called The Sleddon Hill. At the edge of our town where the houses all stop, there's a friendly old hill with a smooth, rounded top. And the shape is just right on a brisk winter's day when our neighbors all join us and come out to play. There are mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers and aunties and uncles and bunches of others. Some bring their saucers and others their sled, and one brought a shovel to try that instead. They climb to the top as they trample the snow, then they lay on their belly, and downward they go. They laugh and they sing as they speed down the hill just to get to the bottom without a big spill. The sled runners shine in the bright winter sun, and they cut through the snow as they make their next run. It's cold and it's windy and their clothes are all wet, but they build up a fire, 'cause no one's done yet. They smell the wood smoke and they take in the sound of the crackling logs as they gather around. They talk and they sing and they're laughing a bunch when someone yells, "Hey, it's time for lunch." There are sacks full of hot dogs and popcorn and chips and cookies and brownies and veggies and dips. The men tend the fire and warm up their feet while the ladies pour coffee and plate up the sweets. Then they gather together and join hands to pray for peace and goodwill and the nice winter's day. The kindness is showing on everyone's face as they bow down their heads while the pastor says grace. Lord, thanks for the snow and the crispy cold air and the fun and the fire and the food that we share. Now bless all who gather and those who are ill, and please keep us safe as we sled down this hill. Isn't that nice?
I love it.
I mean, it's magical. That's the kind of magic that this season conveys. And as it turns out, our next guest is a super smart guy when it comes to, like I said, transmissions and generators and all that kind of stuff. But he's the guy that wrote that. We're going to talk to him about what inspired him to write it, and we'll get into what he actually does in the RV world. So what'd you think, sweetheart?
I love it. It made me feel so good. It makes you feel good.
Yeah,
it's
it was
a
great.
feel-good poem.
Yep.
But I really would love it if you would tell everybody about what you did on Thanksgiving.
Okay. On Thanksgiving, what I do on Thanksgiving is a little bit odd. I think of the people that I really need to tell how much they mean to me. And I can't do it for everybody, but I think of people that are so special, and I make a phone call to them. And one of the people that I called this Thanksgiving was the guy that you hear his voice every single time the RV Show USA runs. He's the guy at the top of the hour, you know. And now here's the RV guy. His name's Michael Coward. Michael is the sweetest, kindest, most talented person, underappreciated. And I called him up early Thanksgiving morning, and I said, Michael, I want you to know how important you are to me. We're going to run out of time, aren't we? Oh, my gosh. I've got to continue this in our next segment. This is a very touching story. Y'all stick around. I'm going to continue the story after this, and we're going to pick it up on the other side. I promise. It's touching, at least it was to me, and hopefully it'll mean something to you. This is the RV Show USA. Y'all don't go anywhere.
Have you ever
story? And I know it's not a good story.
No.
But I need to say it.
Okay.
And so y'all bear with me, okay? It's something that
is important to you.
It's important to me. Probably not important to anybody else. But if you can relate to what I'm going to say, home run. Okay. So let's let Tom Johnson know that we're not going to be able to give him as much time as I want to give him, but I've got to get this story out. I just got to do it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, RV Chickadee. I can't wait to say it. Ricky rocks. I'm not leaving, just got here. Well, welcome, man. Tom just shared the to Forest River Cedar Creek Owners Group. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Tim.
Hey, Tom, how's it going? Good. So we're gonna still have you on. Alan's got to finish telling the story, so we're not gonna have the full 8 minutes, but we're gonna give you whatever time we can.
And we will get him back on soon, I promise.
And he'll have you on soon again, he promises. But we're still gonna have you on. It's just not gonna be as long as we initially thought. Yeah.
Hopefully y'all don't mind.
Tom wants to be the first one to do the song.
He can't do it yet.
He can't. Okay, but when he does, he wants to. He says he's going to be the first one to do it.
We got a volunteer to sing campground karaoke, y'all.
Yeah. So when we start it, he says he's going to be the first one.
Okay, he'll be the first one.
All right, Tom. We'll get you on a brief hold. We'll be with you here shortly.
You need to practice our theme song, everybody. It's a pretty catchy song, we think. It kind of gets, stuck in your head.
Yeah, that it certainly does.
Yes, it does. Just the way it should. As they say, when something, when someone's singing your name, you can't get a whole lot better than that. So we have a theme song a lot of people like, and a great. They're not a sponsor yet. We're hoping to get them. It's called Camp Casual. You see, we have their coffee mugs and their beautiful throws and all kinds of stuff that has an RVing and camping theme for your house, and you will absolutely love it. And you will win some of it. All you got to do is call up and sing our theme song on the air.
That's when we start it.
Yeah, that's when we start it. You don't even have to tell us your real name until after it's over. Then you better tell us who you are if you want to get your Camp Casual stuff.
Of course, if you just want to sing on the show, we're not going to stop you.
All right, and we may, after Christmas, this next week, I think we've got RV Nana back on. We'll probably have her sing the whole thing. What do you think? Yeah. Is she even on? Is she watching? Mm-hmm. She is. Okay.
I don't know if she's watching right now, but she was watching earlier.
Thank you, Ray, for saying that.
That was so sweet.
Wow.
Very touching.
Ray followed me for on the other show, on the other station for many, many years, and I consider him a friend. We've only met, I think, once. We had a very, very long breakfast and coffee, but like two old friends getting together, kind of like RVers, just. You meet somebody and you just click, and that's what Ray Rodriguez and I did. We clicked. And I'm glad you found the show, Ray. Thank you for being here very much. Mm-hmm. Okay, we got 30 seconds. I'm going to try to tell this story quickly, and then we're going to get Tom Johnson on. Right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Boy, it's loud. I don't know why. I'm just... mobile.
All right, here we go.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
I'm going to try to tell this story real quickly. It's a touching story. It is to me. I started last segment, but here goes. I'm going to start over. On Thanksgiving, I like to call people that are important to me in my life and let them know how important they really are. It's a little bit uncomfortable. It was for me at first to call someone up and tell them you love them. To call another man, somebody that's been important to you in your life. Let them know that they are thought of, that they are appreciated. So Michael Coward, my good friend and voice of this show, I called him up Thanksgiving morning. First thing, he's like, "What's wrong?" I said, "You got to be quiet, Michael. I got to tell you something." And I told him how important he was to me. Now, Michael lives with his parents. His dad's very ill, 96 years old, and Michael is works hard at home taking care of his parents. And I just told him how important he was to me and that I cared so much for him. And how creative, honest, so on and so forth, how lucky I was to have him as a friend. Well, I get a call a couple of days ago. It was from Michael's phone. And his dad had been on hospice, and I knew what the phone call was about. But it wasn't Michael. It was Michael's mother. And Michael's mother had called me to tell me that Michael had passed away in his sleep. It wasn't the dad that had died. It was his son, my friend. And it just killed me until I started thinking, you know what? The mother told me, she said, "Alan, your phone call to him on Thanksgiving Day was so important." And it made me feel so good. So, sorry about this. Anyway, my advice, don't wait. If somebody's important to you, tell them. More importantly, show them if you can. Show them you love them so they can feel it. Anyway, so Michael Coward is gone, but the spirit of him lives on. All right. Wow, that was really, I didn't mean to do that. Let's bring up my friend Tom Johnson, the poet. How you doing, Tom?
I'm fine, Alan. How are you?
Well, I was a little shaken up, but I'll get back on track here. Whoever knew that Tom Johnson was a poet? So tell us about it. What inspired you, Tom?
Well, that was actually a kind of a true story. our church, when I was a young boy, we used to go out to Newlands Hill. There was a family in our church. They invited everybody out to their farm, and it's totally different now. We're talking probably around 1960, maybe 59. Totally different now. There's a park there and apartments and everything else. But this was an old farm with a hill, and we'd go out there and have a campfire, and everybody would bring lunch, and we'd sled down the hill. And people really did come with shovels and all kinds of stuff, and it was a lot of fun. I'm an engineer and have been that for years, but I took a test one time, and my brain is sort of right in the middle. I play guitar and sing and write poetry and do mathematics and physics and all kinds of stuff.
Well, you're not only a good poet and a good writer, but you're also pretty dang good at helping people that have RVs. I know we don't have a lot of time. Let's jump in real quickly what JG Lubricant Services does, Tom Johnson.
We provide oil and coolant analysis testing for all kinds of vehicles, but a whole lot of RVs. We have a whole lot of RV customers, and we are the sole supplier to the National RV Inspectors Association, who are trained to pull samples on RVs, which is a good thing to do if you're looking at a used RV as a pre-purchase inspection. Those guys are trained to come out and pull samples. Other guys, there's a lot of guys that do inspections, and they'll come out and pull the dipstick and say, yep, it's got oil in it.
Yeah.
And that's about it. They might smell it. Hopefully they don't taste it. But, the inspectors will send off to our labs, and we have 3 of them, one in Houston, one in Salt Lake City, one in Indianapolis, Indiana. And we'll test it completely, look at the oil life, the coolant life, what contaminants or where debris we see floating around. So that's what we do.
How often do you find something wrong? How often do you find, a red flag goes up and go, uh-oh, that thing's been overheated, or an engine or transmission that has a problem?
It actually depends on the component. Transmissions, automatic transmissions. I was the transmission engineer for Allison Transmission, worldwide distributor of automatic transmissions, heavy-duty ones. And they are typically, and not just because I work for Allison, but they typically have the least amount of problems. Engines are next, diesel engines. Unleaded gasoline engines have more problems than diesel engines. But the most problems we find, and this is about 2/3 of our tests, come back abnormal and sometimes critical on cooling systems, and that's in the generator and the main engine.
Wow.
So we see a lot of, and that sort of makes sense. I don't have the data to back this up, but my theory is that people don't pay attention to coolants, and they do pay attention to oil. They sort of know they need to change their oil, but they don't really think about their coolant.
So the short story is, if you've got especially a motorhome, have your fluids checked by a professional, somebody like JG Lubricants. How much does it cost? How difficult is it for me, the average person, to pull these samples and send it to you to get tested?
It's really easy. We have videos on our website, www.jglubricantservices.com. We have thousands of RV customers already, and you just take a pump. We send the kits come with tubing. The jar hooks up to the pump. You just stick it down the dipstick tube after you run the engine for 10 minutes or so to warm it up and circulate it. And you draw the sample and send it off to our lab. And once it hits our lab, within 24 to 48 hours, you'll have your answer.
Really? I imagine if you were going to buy a used RV, a motor coach or something, that could save you a whole lot of headaches, having to test first if the owner will let you.
Yeah, I think Al Pierce is going to be on next week, and Al's going to talk more about this. But, more and more of the inspectors are finding out that this is something that people want to have done to use motorhomes. Because when you think about it, it's great to have the right floor space and, great-looking unit and, carpet and all that kind of stuff. But what's under the floor, the powertrain and the generator, that's about $50,000 on a diesel pusher. So you really need to protect those parts because, if the motor gives out, it's just a home. It's not a motor home.
Yeah, and it always gives out at the worst possible time. All right, Tom, we got to get you back on again. I am sorry to go long on my story and cut you short, but I hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas, and thank you for sharing that poem with us today on the sledding hill. It was awesome.
Well, fade out with this. The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
I love it. All right, Tom Johnson, we're going to call it there. Thank you so much again. Merry Christmas, and we'll catch up with you soon.
All right, bye.
All right, adios.
You guys
all right, folks, what a great guy and a great poet, too. Be back with one more segment after this.
Are you an RV enthusiast looking?
Keep it low, Mama. Keep it low.
All right.
All right. So, what'd you think? I am sorry for my breakdown there.
It's all right. It happens.
It was
It needed to happen from the sounds of it.
It did.
So there you go.
Lisa, entertain the people. I'll be right back in.
Yes, Lisa, entertain the people. So you like that chair, huh? That massage chair in the RV?
I don't know if Tom's listening.
What?
I don't know if Tom Bendar's listening, but I really, really, really want to sit in that chair again.
I'll bet you can do it. I'll bet you anything. All right, what do we got this last segment?
I don't know.
We have
Sure segment.
Lisa, what are we on here, baby? There we go. You need to jump on this, honey.
Okay.
Where are we at? We're done with that one.
Are we done with that one?
We're done with that one.
Don't forget, guys, share the page and hang on. Let me
This is short
do
break.
one more time here. So when you're on your mobile device like I am here, see, you're gonna hit the share button. You have three things you can share now with friends. You can copy the link, so you can text the links out to your friends and whatnot.
No more.
And you can just put it on Facebook, wherever, just the link. Or you can also share it to a group. So when you share to a group, you've got your groups right here, and you can just see them, and you can press the little blue share button. And you can share all the groups that you're a part of that, don't be a spammer, but share to relevant groups, if you would, please. We'd really appreciate that. So again, just if you're on your mobile device, little share button there in the top in the bottom left-hand corner there of the page. So that's how you do that.
Thank you, James Golden, for saying that. You love the show tonight. Appreciate it very much. Erica, hi. Who has the best customer service? The PPL?
With
The Montron?
with Tom.
Oh, yeah. My phone's been buzzing.
Has it now?
All right, this is a short break. We're coming up on 35 seconds. Come back into the show. Last segment of the week. Make sure you tell your friends about us. We'd love them to join us. And if you're doing nothing on Wednesday nights, we're always
Well,
here.
even if you're doing something on Wednesday nights, cancel that.
Yeah, why not? Be with us.
Stop doing whatever you're doing on Wednesday nights and come over here instead.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come join us
Well,
every
I
Wednesday.
love doing this show. I love it. It's refreshing. It's so much fun.
No, you're,
Oh.
I'm right here.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
No.
Oh boy! All right,
Don't worry
guys.
about
3 seconds. Here we go. Back to action.
Wow, it's loud. A different kind of show today, as we talked a lot about Christmas, especially this hour. Next week, we'd like to hear how you spent your Christmas, especially if you did any camping or RVing. Now, as a reminder, for those who have not yet subscribed to receive our podcast, it's really easy to do. We hope that each one of you listening will grab your mobile device and get the podcast. That way you're able to catch each and every one of our shows, listen to them whenever you want to. Now, if you're a listener who has heard the word podcast, but you're not sure about how they work, I know there's some of you. It is super easy. We actually have a page on our website now we call Podcast 101, where we explain what a podcast is, how to subscribe. Again, it's really easy. Take you about a minute to do. I promise you, you're going to like it. As a matter of fact, we have several options on our podcast. Of course, you can listen to both hours of the show intact, but some people are only interested in, one guest, or they may want to listen to RV Nana from PPL Motorhomes and not about the RV park in North Dakota. Well, we've got them cut up into segments, about 15 to 20 minutes long each. You can listen to RV Nana or about the whatever segment it is, and you can do that through our podcasts. All right, again, if you have any questions, go to our website, click on the menu tab, says podcast. Very, very easy. All right, Lisa, did we forget anything today?
No, I think we're all good.
I'm all good. I'm sorry again for kind of falling apart there on the
and
Michael
I have
story.
so much fun doing this show. I
It is
love it. I
fun.
love the people.
Yeah.
The people make it. Everybody's so nice, and newcomers, I'm so excited.
You know, it's nice to interact with people in real time, and we appreciate each and every one of y'all. If you're a Facebooker, we welcome you to join us each week in the studio for Facebook Live. Lisa is sort of our Facebook monitor. You see her there. We do have a lot of fun, don't we?
Yes, and don't forget to like our Facebook page, and if you get an invitation from us, accept it, please.
Yep.
We want you to be a part of our family.
Now, if you've heard this about Facebook already, please forgive me, but here's why you need to subscribe to our online newsletter and not just like our Facebook page. When we make a post on Facebook, did you know that only about 8 to 12% of everybody gets a notification? And we don't know which 8 to 12% that is. Now, the only way we can get 100% notified, you pay that money to Facebook. So if you do subscribe to our newsletter, there's a 100% chance you're going to receive a notification via email or a text when we go live, so you're guaranteed to receive important show news and updates. If you have not yet subscribed, it takes a minute to do. We don't sell your info to anybody. We'll send you a coupon for a free night stay every week when we have a feature destination, and you're automatically entered to win gear in our contest. Just go to thervshowusa.com, hit subscribe. That's going to do it for today, folks. Thanks so much for being with us. Until next week, I'm Alan Warren with my wife Lisa and our trusty producer Goose, reminding everybody that you know, this is the only radio show that spells love as T.
Show USA. Start living the RV dream today. Come on, America. Let's hit the road. So many things to see, so many places to go. Freedom and fun go hand in hand when you're rolling in your RV across this great land. So buckle up now. What do you say? The RV Show USA. Start living.
There you go. All right, everybody, that's it. Our last show before Christmas. Thank you for spending some of your night with us. We are most grateful. Tell your friends about us. We hope you have the greatest Christmas ever. Remember, tell those people around you, tell the people that aren't around you, but that you think about how much you care for them. Let them feel how much you love them. It is really important. It can be over like that. I have no regrets about telling Michael Coward that I loved him as my friend. No regrets. I want you to have no regrets. Tell those around you how important they are in your life. We'll catch you next time, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.